Welcome back to the continuing adventures of Stealthy Elven Rigger and Shadowrun Dragonfall. We've got a doozy of an episode for you today. We did talk to Eiger. Everything's kind of, I guess, cool between her and Stealth now. And there is a very dangerous person who's moving very close to our keys, and we now need to go meet up with one of her contacts to discuss the situation. There's a lovely woman by the bar. Maybe we'll go talk to her for a second. A young woman stands at the bar, smoking a cigarette. You've seen her face before, Lucky Strike, one of the mercenaries from Monica's files. A plume of blue-gray smoke spills from the corner of her mouth as she turns her attention to you. Hey! The distinctive circuit pattern tattoos that line her face shimmer and pulse with light. You need something? I don't believe we've met. I'm Stealth. Yeah, I know who you are. She takes a drag on her cigarette. How are you holding up, champ? I heard what happened to your boss. It happens during the shadows. It's a dangerous line of work. She smirks, then lets the smoke escape from the corner of her mouth. Don't I know it? So, you need something? Or are you just going to stand there staring? Yikes. Why'd you bring up Monica? Did you know her? I met her a couple of times. Seemed nice enough. She takes another drag of her cigarette. But I mostly knew her by reputation. You can't live in this keys without hearing about the queen of the Kresbisar? She pauses and slowly lets the smoke escape from her nostrils. Can't say I was a fan. Whoa there, Monica didn't control. That's your prerogative, but then you didn't really know her. There we go. That's true, but I do have eyes. And I can see what's been happening to the Kresbisar since she got geeked. Whole place is falling apart, isn't it? And why do you think that is? Monica helped a lot of people. Now that she's gone, she can't anymore. Simple. My guess would be a variety of factors are to blame, but it sounds like you're going to blame it's all on Monica. She smirks at you. Ooh, touché. Alright. Let's assume that there are a bunch of different things going on. That doesn't change the fact that the illustrious Frau Schaefer made herself into a leader here. And guess what? In an anarchist system, there aren't supposed to be any leaders. Lucky Strike taps out her cigarette and leans toward you, a predatory grin on her face. You and your friends, you followed Monica too. Obeyed her orders without question, right? She was our leader. Not without question. There were debates. And at the end of those debates, Monica would put her foot down, and you'd wind up doing whatever she said, right? She smirks at you. Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. For such a rabid anarchist, your friend seemed awfully comfortable being in power. Kind of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? Yes, actually, all of your points are valid. Fair point, but you're not going to change my opinion of Monica. No, I don't. I don't think that you know a damn thing about who Monica really was. Fair point. I wasn't trying to. Remarkable thing about living in a free society. We're all allowed to have our different opinions, she shrugs. Don't take it personally. I'm sure that you wouldn't like my friends either. One last thing, Stealth. I can't stop you from stepping into Bill Schaefer's shoes. You're already doing it. Making all the same moves that she did. A word of advice, though. Don't take too much on yourself. Spread the responsibility around. Good of you to care. She turns away. I don't. In a place like this, stacking too much power on any one person is dangerous. Not just for that person, but for everybody. The last thing that we need is for you to eat a bullet, and for this whole place to fall apart again. That was... It gives you a little something to think about Monica now, doesn't it? Let's see what's going on. Eiger's already here. Wow, okay. Let's see who this gentleman is. The dwarf has a distinctly European appearance. He peers up at Eiger through almond-shaped eyes. The rest of his broad face is dominated by strong Slavic features. He nods to himself and puts down his mug of soy calf. On the edge of the table, a plate of day-old pie cools in a haze of cigarette smoke. Oi, Eiger. Been a long time. He taps a thumb on the rim of his coffee cup. Keeping busy? You could say that. Stealth. This is Bannock. He's a friend. The dwarf scoffs. Don't know if I'd go that far. Nothing personal, you understand. If I were to start keeping friends, I might call you one. But in my experience, friendship and obligation go hand in hand. A solitary life is cleaner. She smiles. Professional acquaintance, then. The dwarf nods. Better. Now let's get down to business, shall we? Let's. We need intel on the engineer. Where he's staying, who he's working for, how long he's been in this area. Whatever you got, we want it. He spears a hunk of pie with his fork, crams it into his mouth, and starts to chew. A moment later, he shrugs. I've had worse, and of course, I'll give you what I can, but I don't know much. I can point you in the right direction, that's all. Just tell us what you can. We'll handle the heavy lifting. The dwarf nods, then fumbles in his jacket pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a weathered paper map and spreads it on the table. Old school. Alright, what you're looking at is the northwest quadrant of Shadowrun. This is a gang territory, all of it. These days, the whole keys is being held by Rambach. I've had a run-in with Rambach before. We can handle them. I'm surprised that there's enough of them left. Not these guys again. Afraid so. And by all accounts, they've gotten worse recently. The guy that filled the power vacuum when their last leader bit it is a real piece of work. He stabs a meaty finger down on the faded silhouette of the building. Anyway, this warehouse right here is Rambach HQ. That's where the engineer's staying. Wonderful, Eiger exhales heavily. If he's staying there, he must be arranging some sort of deal with them. That'd be the safe bet. And they haven't pulled their guns on him yet, so it's fair to assume that negotiations are going well. I'm sure that I don't have to tell you this, but the last thing we need is an alliance between some foreign syndicate and Rambach. No good could come of that. Can't argue with that. Now, I can't tell you who the engineer is working for. You'll have to ask him about that yourself. But what I can do is make it easier for you to have a sit-down with him. Bannock reaches under the table and brings up a canvas bag. He places it in front of you and pushes it forward. Don't open that in here. There are people in this room who would kill you for what's in that bag. You can tell us what it is, or do we have to guess? He lowers his voice to a soft whisper. You have to lean in to hear him clearly. What you're gonna find in there is a gadget about the size of a water pistol. It has a rubberized grip and a hair trigger, and it's good for one shot. Is it a stun gun? No, he pauses for a moment, playing with his fork. Well, not really. For your purposes, you might as well think of it as one, though. The object in question is a cyberware deactivator? I had it shipped here at great personal expense. From a supermax prison in the UCAS, he traces a twirl in the air with the fork. The warden owed me a favor. Eiger whistles appreciatively. Very nice, Bannock. That should make this easy. Not easy. Possible. I wouldn't be giving it to you if the job could be done without it. The engineer is rocking a Delta-grade move-by-wire system. Unless you can shut it down, there's no way in hell you're going to catch him. And if we do shut it down, he'll be forced into a state of permanent seizure. He shrugs. Only until he gets the thing up and running again. Deactivated isn't the same thing as broken. The dwarf shovels another heaping forkful of pie into his mouth. He chews thoughtfully. Until then, his life will be a living hell. But I can think of worse things to use as a bargaining chip. Remember, you need to know who he works for. The more you can take him out of his comfort zone, the better. Sounds like we have a plan. Eiger nods. Sounds that way. Thanks, Bannock. Well, we'll let you know how things work out. We'll replace it with the shamanic solve. Don't bother, I'll be watching. Okay. Bannock's a pretty cool cat. Let's get out of here. It's time to take the U-Bahn to our next great adventure. And hopefully we can catch this guy. I really enjoy how different everyone's missions are in this game, to be honest. Like, I love Eiger as a former soldier, and this is kind of how I envisioned what we would be doing for Eiger. Her loyalty mission would be a type of military operation. Let's go take care of the engineer now. Add our selected runner. That would be Miss Eiger, who does have our lovely new sniper rifle. We've got 2 drones and an Ares Predator. We've got enough health stuff. Eiger has enough health stuff. Hopefully we should be okay. Is there anything that maybe we should switch out? I think we'll be alright. Confirmed. Now the question is... well, I guess it shouldn't be too hard to catch the engineer. The key is next door to the Kresbusar, and an object lesson in anarchy gone wrong. Violent gangs rule the streets here, trading territory to the roar of gunfire. The streets are a war zone. As dangerous as this territory already is, it could be worse. The gangs are vicious, but disorganized. They pose little risk to their neighbors. With little more than a makeshift barricade and a few volunteers, the Kresbusar has successfully insulated itself from the chaos of its neighboring keys. The engineer could change all of that. He has to be stopped, and the F-State as a whole needs to be alerted to what his clients are trying to do. It's up to you and Eiger to make sure that happens. Alright. Let's put the weight of the world on our shoulders. Okay, so we do have a couple more. Let's get Eiger. Boom. Also. Ah, darn. I was hoping that we could give her... I do believe we found a grenade launcher somewhere. Okay. Well, whatever. I think we're good, and we do have the cyberware deactivator. So we should be able to take him down. Hopefully. Let's move it. We do have unspent karma. Let's see what we could do here. Quickness. We can move our quickness up to 5. That's pretty much it. I'm thinking what we do for stealth is move everything up until 5. And then we just focus on our drones. Maybe we'll also dip into charisma quite a bit. But I think we'll boost this up just to help us keep up with Eiger when it comes to fighting off enemies. And we should be good. Okay. As you near the edge of the Kresbusar, the familiar hiss and asphalt stench of Shatternest crawls into your nostrils and sticks to the back of your throat. The dilapidated husks of burnt-out buildings loom above you, giving the place an air of menace. I was hoping to put this place behind me after the Humanus run. Yeah, I'm with you there. She wrinkles her nose. The funny thing is, a syndicate presence might actually help this area, in the short term at least. They'd clean up the streets if nothing else. Don't tell me you're changing your mind. In that case, maybe we should just forget about this. No, don't tell me you're changing your mind. Not for a second. A syndicate, any syndicate in Shatternest would be a disaster for the Keys. Let the people on the other side of the gate deal with their own problems. I won't allow my home to be endangered for their sake. Very good philosophy there. I think I might agree with that point quite a bit. Oh, these guys. You gonna let me through? You again? Well, you ignored my warning last time. You ain't dead. So I guess you can handle yourself. He sighs. Let him through, Sergey. What's that surge? Sergey. Okay, where do we need to even go? That's where we headed before. There's a cardboard box? And what's over here? The cardboard box is filled with makeshift bedding. A homeless person must be using it to keep warm at night. Let's search the box. Find a basic uncertified cred stick? Nah. We'll leave it. It's a homeless person's. This time, Stealthwood took it. But he's feeling a little different now. You know, what with all of the crazy events that are going on, and of course the mission with the Black Lodge. He doesn't like taking stuff from people anymore. Now, what's over here? We've got Bliss. We'll send that to the stash. We could sell that later for a decent price. We'd sell that to Rambach gang up ahead. Maybe there's a way around. Where are they? Oh, yeah. Good look, Glory. Not Glory, Eiger. Can we go this way, perhaps? Okay. Alright, we should be able to get through here. Oh, alright, this is nice. See, now this feels like a proper stealth mission. Okay, we got through that. Nothing too bad. What's going on out here? Doesn't look too bad. There's some people around here. We've got a man, and we have a lady. Let's talk to the lady first, and we'll find out what's going on out here. I got pots and pans. You need pots and pans? No, but for some info. But some info would be nice. You see a new friend of the Rambach show up lately? Oh, we don't have that etiquette in street. Yeah, sure I have. What's it to you? The woman eyes you up and down, clearly waiting for you to make an offer. Hand over 50 new yen. Just trying to help out the neighborhood. She leans in to whisper. They're just down the street, in the warehouse with the grass in front. New guy showed up a few days ago. Seems like a bigwig. They've been moving product through there ever since. What kind of product? That cost you extra, sweetie. Is it important? You know what? I gotta respect her hustle. Drugs, guns, the usual. Seems like more drugs than guns lately. So maybe things will pick up around here. No problem, Sonny. I got the best deals on pots and pans this side of Spandu. Well, I guess Hey. Druggies and dealers need the best pots and pans. Best quality. To mix up with. What? What do you want? I'm new in town. What's around here? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. All there is to do in this area is get your ass beat by local thugs. Until you decide to join one. Which gang you in? I'm still in the former camp. I've heard what the Rambach do to haze new members. I'll take getting pushed around every once in a while over that. Just looking for some info. I bet you are. I've seen you type before. You're probably looking for someone. Or looking for something that's been stolen. Either way, the Rambach won't be happy about you sticking your nose into their business. Alright, I'm out. We found out some decent information. They're out and about, and they're moving supplies. Now, the bigger question is, how do we get in here? How do we get into this facility? Looks clean out here. Let's see. We maybe go around? I don't really plan to head this way. We just came from that direction, so maybe we could move up, or we could dip down one of these side streets. Okay, it looks like we might be able to go through here. Oh, now what's this? It's a door panel. We're not exactly good at decking. The warehouse door is windowless slab of reinforced densoplast. A keypad entry system sits on your side. Got any ideas, Eiger? Looks secure. She examines the heavy door, scowling. I might be able to blast it open with a controlled explosive, but that'd spook everyone. Probably best if we could just find the code. Or we could just get her a controlled explosive. What's over here? Motorcycle? The engine's still warm, colors on the tail, marked as Rambach property. So is there one of them around here? If so, we could maybe hold them up for the key. At least for knowledge on the key. Nope, nobody. I try to avoid shooting the place up as much as possible. Like, I'm really trying to avoid not killing anyone. There's gotta be someone around here. who might be able to let us in. Oh, I wonder if that guy might know. Let's go talk to him for another second, hot minute. Alright, we're leaving. Would she happen to know? This lovely lady over here. This warehouse, or that warehouse, you told me about is locked up with a keyboard control panel. You know anything about that? Let's see, we don't have 5 strength. Sure. I could help you out there for a price. I can deal with that. 500. Dog. Alright, we'll hand over 500. The code is 292 something. I don't know the last number. That'll get you most of the way through Enjoy. You don't even know the whole thing? You know what? Whatever, got it. Worst comes to worst, we can open it. I just hope that if we get the wrong pass code, no one's going to come and try to shoot us. They're not that advanced, right? Okay, nothing bad happened. There we go. The door unlocks. We're in there, ladies and gentlemen. And here they show up. In there, that's our man. This dude? Okay. He's not exactly as thin of an orc as I had assumed he would be. But we need Eiger to take cover as immediately as possible. Then we're gonna be taking shots. Let's take cover too, I suppose. Let's get one of our drones. Who's better? Let's get Strato up and running. There's no real great place for the Strato. Outside of there. Oh, really? You're just gonna shoot our other drone like that? Okay. Thankfully, these guys haven't noticed what's going on. The gunfire hasn't alerted them to anything big. Okay, so we need to catch up with the engineer. And her Typhoon Spirit just lost itself completely. Isn't that awesome? She's taken out. Eiger. I feel like we just need to rush in there with Eiger, but then this thing's going bonkers right now. Headshots really won't be that great. That's 2. Oh, that Typhoon Spirit is actually pretty tough. Let's just work down this Typhoon Spirit since she summoned it. Wonder how many people are just going to try to slow us down. And there goes the engineer. Okay. Okay, this is terrible. I did not expect this to be going down like this. Okay. Okay, hold on. Nope. Nope, we're going back. We're going right back to here. Because that's a problem. Just opening up right there. We need to chase him down. We're not going to actually have we're not going to have an opportunity to actually take care of the enemies and then catch up with them. We have to just go. And that's going to be a problem. Especially considering we're using a rigger. So us catching up with him is going to be an issue. So that's the engineer, and we really don't have any time to dilly-dally. We gotta move. Let's go. And I guess the good thing is Eiger could always just cover us, worst case scenario. Because these guys are going to have to catch up with us. She's going to summon the spirit, and I hope it freaks out on her. Come on. I need you to freak out. Miss. Okay, 13 damage isn't the worst thing ever. Not terrible. See, this is actually pretty tough. Ooh. At least Eiger's a troll, she can take it. This is a situation where that where would come in handy. Let's move through here. Did he already leave? I'm assuming he did. Yep, that's a problem I have. Nice. And he just heals himself automatically. So we have a fairly decent problem here. Where is he? Okay, so he left out of here. Let's get Strato going. Armor's broken, which is not good, boys and girls. Miss, and you still hit. Okay. Miss, and you still hit. Okay. We're possibly going to have to do this a couple times. Because I'm wondering, we have to take this slow. We have to take this slow. Because I had assumed that we wouldn't be moving into another area. So we should be taking this slow and we shouldn't be worried about him running. Okay. Let's load up one more time because I feel bad. Really, I should have given the item to Eiger, considering she could probably take care of it better than Stealth. So now we're going to lose whatever defenses. Because Stealth could set up with both of his drones. The issue is Eiger should have had the item so she could go catch this guy. That's the problem. That's the problem I'm facing currently. I think maybe we'll end the episode out on that, and we'll be back. Or do we try to fight a little bit more? I think we'll end the episode there with 2 of my terrible mistakes, and then you guys can tune in the next episode. We're feeling fresh, we're feeling a little bit better, and we can actually take down the engineer, or at least catch him at this point, along with defeating all of his Rambach goons. I've been JB Illusion. Thank you for enjoying the adventures of Stealth, the Elven Rigger, in Shadowrun Dragonfall. Please be excellent to each other and have a nice day. Peace.